Hey, travel fans, welcome to RTE Travel Talk, Just River Cruises. Today, we're taking a look at the top three destinations along the Rhine where you can do either a pre cruise or a post cruise extension. So, if you enjoy the journey with us today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. And if you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up or drop a comment and join the conversation. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for being part of our travel community, whether you're a longtime fan or just dropping by. We really appreciate it. And now, on with the show. Hi, Lauren. Welcome back to Just River Cruises on RTE Travel Talk.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks for having me. Happy to be back.
Great to have you. It's been a while. Jeez.
Yeah,
We got a lot to catch up on here.
We do.
One of the things that's pretty important when folks are considering a river cruise is not just river cruise, but they should consider either a pre-extension or a post-extension, which basically means you're going to arrive into Europe 2 or 3 days before you cruise, or you stay a few days on leaving. Now, when it comes to the Rhine, I was hoping that you and I could spend a little time today and you can tell us about, 2 or 3 of your favorite places to do just such a pre or post extension. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Perfect. So where do we start?
So on the Rhine, most of the river cruises that we see start in Amsterdam or Basel, which is, close to Zurich, and go either way. You're already, in most cases, traveling 5 to 12 hours, depending on where you are in the US. And so we want you to get there early, because if you have one of those nasty flight delays or cancellations, then we have a little bit of time to make sure that you get there. But B, they're both really beautiful cities. And so what we see a lot of the time is we do 2 nights, let's say, in Amsterdam. A lot of times Amsterdam people are a little bit, I would say, like, ambivalent sometimes about it. Like, oh, sure, we'll do that. Not realizing it's a beautiful city.
Right.
The canals are gorgeous. I mean, everyone talks about Venice and their canals. Amsterdam has beautiful canals too. We have a great little company that we use that you can do like a canal cruise with 6 to 8 people max, and they are super fun and funny. And we went and ran across the street and grabbed a bottle of champagne and brought it on the little canal boat and went all around. Really neat. There's some really great food, really great restaurants in Amsterdam. There are the Keukenhof Gardens if you're there in the spring, and obviously the Anne Frank House, Van Gogh Museum. There's just so much to do, and it's a really beautiful city. So we have a lot of different hotel options for you. So if you want to stay at a 5-star hotel, of course we have those. We have boutique hotels. They have chain hotels. So there's a lot of different options. A very easy city to get around, very easy to get from the airport to the ship. Amsterdam is one of my favorites, and I always tell people to try to do at least 2 nights there.
Fantastic. So do you have any other favorites?
So on the other end, we have Switzerland, and Switzerland is its own universe. And I feel bad when people get off the ship in Basel and head straight to the airport. I mean, obviously, there are time constraints, budget constraints. There's different things. Switzerland is really expensive. But in my opinion, if you're going there and you're going to be right there in Basel and all you're going to do is go to the Zurich airport and leave, you're not going to get any Switzerland. There's a really cute town called Lucerne that we usually try to get people over to. It's about an hour train ride from Basel, and they leave all the time, super easy.
Right.
And you can go up to Mount Pilatus. You can, which is literally like those Ricola commercials that you look over and it's like I was like, this is crazy. I feel like I'm in a commercial. You look over the Alps and really just breathtaking. We watched people like paragliding or something, and it was terrifying, but they were, I guess, enjoying themselves, but it was fun to watch. And there's even a hotel up there if you really want to stay up there, kind of get that experience. There's Lake Lucerne, which you can take a boat ride around, and it's really just scenic. And then the little town is adorable, really cute restaurant shops, and you can just walk around for a couple of days. It's just very picturesque Switzerland.
Well, I can identify with that because I've seen some of the pictures of Lucerne and Switzerland, and the scenery is just stunning.
And there's so much of Switzerland you can do. If you want to extend, we can, of course, get you into more cities.
Right.
And then Zurich it's a large city. Zurich is a really cool city. I think if I had the choice, I'd go Lucerne if I had to choose one or the other, just because you're getting more of the scenery versus a big city. But I would absolutely do both if you have time.
Right. And depending on your river cruise, you could either start in Amsterdam or you can start in Basel, which is just down the road from Zurich. So
Hmm.
either one of those extensions you can do either a pre or a post, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And so people often ask what's the best way to go.
Yeah.
And I've done both. I don't think that there is one that's better than the other. I will say, like, generally, it just depends on if you want to get to the location and deal with your jet lag, or are you the person that gets off the ship and you want to go home? You're done. It's all personal, but I don't think there's one way better than the other. And a lot of times I tell people, let's look at availability and price. Like, let's not pigeonhole ourselves yet.
Right. Well, exactly. And, if you're spending that kind of coin to go over there, you
Mhm.
may as well spend the extra time because you're going to pay for the airfare either way.
Exactly.
And take
And
advantage of that
sometimes,
extra time there because chances are you may or may not come back.
and especially if you're going to be right there. I'm
Yep.
not saying like, oh, might as well just pop on over to Istanbul or something, but
Yep.
you're going to be right there. And a lot of times what we see is I'll look a day or two difference on air, and sometimes the air is less. And so I'm like, well, there's your hotel. And the third one is Lake Como, which you would get off. That would be on the end of Basel.
Right.
Again, you could do it pre as well, but you would take a train. Lake Como is obviously a famous lake, very beautiful, lots of gardens. It's very picturesque. Again, very expensive, but a once in a lifetime, just breathtaking. I think we all remember George Clooney had a house there, has a house there. That's like what my first thing when I
Yeah.
think of. Then you can go into Milan. You would be in and out of
Mm.
Milan, one way or another to get there. So that opens up a whole can of worms on that side. So you could go over to Italy, and some people extend from there.
Wow. But Lake Como, that is in Italy, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Wow. So there's a
Yep.
lot of great options for folks that are considering this. And in your opinion, you definitely recommend it.
I do. Absolutely. Like you said, if you're going to be there, let's try to make the most of your time. And if you have the flexibility, I don't see why not.
Well, that sounds like a fantastic way to add a few extra days, either before you start your fantastic river cruise or after. Lauren, if folks wanted to reach out to you about a river cruise in Europe, how would they do that?
So call, text, email is all great. My information is scrolling down here somewhere. So you can give me a call, 503-449-7461. I'd love to chat with you and just tell you all about your options.
Well, that sounds great. Until the next time, I'm just going to wish you safe and happy travels on all your future cruises and destination. May the wind always be at your back. And hopefully, sometime soon, you and I will be sitting on the sun deck of a river cruise floating down the Rhine. How's that sound?
Sounds great to me. Thanks, Ken.
Take care. And that about wraps it up for today, folks. A very special thanks to my guest, Lauren Matthews of Cruise and Travel Specialists. If you'd like to reach Lauren, I will leave her contact information in the description. If you'd like to reach out to us with a question or a suggestion for a future interview, you can send a question to questions@realtravelexperts.com, visit our website, realtravelexperts.com, or simply leave a comment. We always respond. And as always, folks, a like, share, and subscribe is certainly appreciated and helps other folks just like you to find the channel. So until next time, happy travels.